Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are now witnessing the 11th live coverage on the In This Corner podcast. It's your host, the legend Todd Finney himself. Y'all know what the slogan is, no BS boxing. Hey, man.
I'm just
As,
tagging along here.
yeah, as usual, I got my guy, Chris G, in the building. Chris, what it do?
What's up, man? I'm excited for this fight. I've been looking forward for this fight for a while since they announced it last year. But I'm just happy it's about to start.
Yeah, I appreciate you, joining, to cover this fight with me. And I knew this fight was going to happen last year, but I know it got postponed for some reason. So, tell us about why it was postponed. You said it was an injury, right?
So I think Lee Wood, Lee Wood said he got injured, but not too long after that, he was trying to make a fight with Leo Santa Cruz, which is more money, I think, and and then I think Leo Santa Cruz dropped the belt, so Wood uh, went back to Lara after that, not too long after. But I mean, it was a money move. It was kind of a money move, which I understood. But I was unhappy about that because I wanted Lara to get his opportunity. But now he's getting his opportunity, so there's no complaints from me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So here we are. Here we are. Fight night, and for everybody tuned in, this fight is in the United Kingdom. So United Kingdom has a huge, boxing fan base.
So they're announcing Mauricio Lara right now.
Yeah, both guys. And as I always say, my stream is a little slower. So me and Chris G, we'll be saying two different things, but I'm probably just going to be like a minute behind him. All right, so I got my guy Ryan Hanley. Ryan Hanley tuned in all the way from Washington. Who shout out to Ryan Hanley? Said, "What's up, Todd? What's up, man? Appreciate you coming on, tuning in. Hope we have a good fight."
It should be good. I hope it doesn't end like in 2 rounds. I really don't. I really hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I ain't trying to say no. Last weekend, I covered Oshaki Foster versus Ray Vargas. That fight, went to 412 rounds, and that fight got like the most views. It got more views than the past couple of fights that I covered. It got more views than Erica Cruz and Serrano. It got more views than Beterbiev and Anthony Yarde. So I was happy about that.
Um. Oh wait, I would ask you, who do you think is gonna win the fight, man?
Yeah,
I kind of
like,
zoned out a little bit. Sorry about that.
yeah, so I'm not really too familiar with these guys, so I can't really predict this one, man. I'll let you tell me what you think.
Well, I think Lara's gonna win by late round stoppage, but I would not be surprised if Wood won. They're really similar in terms of record, and I think Wood is definitely the higher IQ boxer, but Lara I think is the more powerful and more explosive boxer.
Okay.
So I can see either guy winning, to be honest, but I'm gonna be going for my guy, Mauricio Lara. So I'm looking forward to this. They're about to.
Okay.
All
Uh,
right. I
yeah,
think the
Ryan
ref is about to
Haney
give instructions.
says. Yeah, Ryan Haney says both fighters are in the ring for me about to start. Yeah, the fighters in the ring for me as well, and they still doing the introduction.
Protect
So
yourself at all times.
yeah, hopefully they do that.
Mauricio Lara might have a slightly harder time with that because he likes to open up a lot.
Right. So, far as the zone, some upcoming fights. We do got Anthony Joshua, Jermaine Franklin coming up.
Okay, he's got
So,
the his probing jab from Wood. Lara a little bit away from. They're at distance from each other, kind of far from each other. Nice little counter from Lara. Oh, Lee Wood went in for the clinch, almost turned him around.
uh, I said if you haven't seen me and Chris G, last episode, definitely check that episode out. Episode 17 probably gonna be coming real soon.
Lara looks like she's trying to figure out a way in, while Wood is keeps probing that jab. Or oh, he went for a straight right from Wood.
I see Eddie Hearn in the building.
Yes, he is. I think he promotes both these fighters.
So which one has the same trainer as Tyson Fury? 'Cause I see the guy I be seeing in Tyson Fury's corner. It is, it looks
Maybe,
like it's
maybe, maybe Wood. No, because I don't. Mauricio Lara flew all the way in from Mexico, so it's not him likely.
okay. Yeah, I've been seeing the guy in Tyson Fury's corner. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, Leigh Wood landed a good shot, shook Lara a little bit. They both landed, but it looks like Lara was more affected. The reaches.
Yeah, so it's just about to start for me. How much time you got left in the first round?
45 seconds.
All right, let me get my guy Wilton here. I got Wilton coming in.
Oh, that's what's up.
My guy Wilton Henry in the building. For the last one's at the bar. What's good, bro?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I just wanted to tap in real quick, see what
Yeah.
you are talking about as far as the fight is concerned.
Good to meet you, Mr. Wilton.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. G? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Enjoying this.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, so Wilton, like what round is it like? Cause as I always say, my stream's a little slower. So what you see on your end?
Right now it's about 40 seconds left, and Wood is throwing some heavy shots at Lara right now.
Cool. So you and Chris G probably got about the same stream. I'm a little bit behind though.
It looks like Mauricio Lara landed a little bit more, but it seems like Wood actually landed the more powerful punches.
Yeah, this is a close round.
It was a close round. I might edge it to Wood though. I might.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it's gonna really matter because I don't think this one's gonna go the distance. They throwing some heavy shots.
Yeah, they're going for it, both of them.
Yeah. So Ryan Haney says, I think Wood won the first round. Yeah, Ryan, appreciate you, man. Like, just drop your round by round predictions.
It looks like Lara was getting in there a little bit, but he had a hard time with the distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they say Lara's the puncher in this fight, but Wood can crack too. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lara is going to be able to, withstand some of those punches if he gets clocked by Wood.
Oh, that was a little headbutt there.
Let me go ahead, man. If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and crack me a brew, man. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, do you think, bro?
Yes,
I think
sir.
Wood has a cut from a headbutt.
Oh yeah, is it bad?
No, it's not. It's not terrible.
Yeah,
Nice body shot.
Yeah, fortunately, the sport of boxing, headbutts happen all the time. Yeah, so I got a minute left in the first.
They're going for it here. Lara's hurt.
Yeah, got caught with a big shot or what?
Oh yeah, Lara got hit with a big shot. He was claiming it was back of the head. It was kind of on the side of the head. I don't think it was on the back of the head.
Yeah, from what I was saying in the first, Laura.
Oh, that's a bad cut, actually.
Oh, it is. Wow.
Kinda. It's bleeding. I didn't see it bleeding that bad earlier, but
yeah, hopefully he got a good cut, man.
Yeah, I hope this is not like it was when he fought Warrington.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
I do not like how Mauricio Lara is reacting to every punch he gets hit with.
Gee, you a little bit ahead because some of the action that you mentioned, I haven't seen it just yet.
I'm at 55 seconds left, about with 2 minutes of the second round.
Yeah, I'm at like 130.
Yeah, so we all got different streams. But see, I think that cut happened in the first round though.
Lara picking it up.
See, that's the thing. When he was fighting Warrington, he could engage with Warrington because Warrington really don't have no pop on his punches. But Warrington was catching him. So I was wondering, like, somebody.
Oh, Wood hurt really bad.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
See what my boy Lara gonna do.
Oh, maybe not as bad as I thought. Well, oh,
Mm.
oh, Lara's letting it go.
There you
Okay,
go, baby.
that was definitely a Lara round. The first half was a Wood round, but Lara literally like just went off on him.
Oh, there you go.
So you see what I'm talking about?
Nah, he was hurt a little bit. Yeah, you can't keep taking that stuff from Lara, but Wood got so much heart, man. He can come back. Ooh, them dudes going at it, man. This is a good fight. Yeah, this is a good fight. I don't know how long. Yeah, Wood's cut is too bad. Not gonna last the whole fight.
They're
Yeah,
promoting this movie on here.
Oh, you
Can't believe that.
Yeah. This is a goodie right here, though.
Yeah, so Ryan Handy says Laura won round 2. He was throwing bombs at the end.
That's what he do. Yeah, that's what he does. Chris G, what's your prediction for the fight, though?
Late round stoppage for Lara.
Okay.
That's what I predicted. If I'm being honest, that's what I predicted beforehand. I was saying 9-10, but it might end sooner, to be honest.
Especially the way they call
Either way.
Yeah, I think that cut would get worse.
So yeah, Lara power punch is 25-11 right now. See what my boy Lara gonna do this round.
Lara looks like he's trying to counter. First minute of. They're both trying to counter each other, so they're not going for it now.
Is it me or does Wood look bigger than Lara?
Wood looks a lot bigger, to be honest. Like they said they're listed as the same height, but I think Wood is like at least 2-3 inches taller.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know what.
Yeah, he looks bigger than me too. Hey, what's Wood's trainer's name? Because if I'm not mistaken, I see this guy in Tyson Fury's corner. I think his name is Ben, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he has the same. Yeah. I forgot Ben's last name. Yeah, he trains a lot of those guys out there in the UK.
That's the thing. Wood has has more pop than all the other guys Lara fought.
Yeah. Ooh, good shot. I think Lara might be making a mistake. I think guys like Wood, you got to put some pressure on them.
Yeah, I gave the second round to Lara too. Just from what I observed.
There you go, Lara. Come ahead, bring that championship back to Mexico, baby.
Hey, did you get a chance to see the Oshaki Foster and Ray Vargas fight?
Oh, I did.
Wood, man, this is a good comeback round right now.
Wood is winning this round almost entirely.
Using a nice jab. Oh, nice right hands. Oh, yeah. That's one thing about Wood, man. He got that heart, man. You see that fight against Conlon?
I saw some of it. I didn't see all of it. I think I was working that day. Uh, I was working at that time when it was presented. Okay, Wood won round three for sure.
So
Jumbo
round three's over
boxing.
for you.
Let's see. Let's see. Lara was getting hit clean that entire round.
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be
Why
able to
did
take
he
that.
duck that shot? I was watching some prediction videos beforehand. Yeah, they were right. He doesn't take his head off center line.
Who was that, Lara?
Yeah,
He probably, previously never really had to.
yeah. And then I mean, like, I, I guess if you keep fighting not stiff competition, you keep making the same thing. You keep doing the same things you would get away with less or not as good competition.
Yeah, and even when he fought Warrington really isn't that big of a puncher.
Warrington had like 6 knockouts, 7 knockouts in 30 fights, 31 to 32
Mhm.
fights.
Yeah,
I have Woods winning round three from what I see so far.
definitely.
I was a little low from Wood.
Yeah, it just seems like Woods the busier fighter and off for round three.
Wood Wood got wobbled.
Yeah.
Gee, man, you taking the suspense away, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad, my bad. I know mine's a little ahead. I'll be a little more. I'll stop. Sorry.
Nah, you know what? I'll probably be doing the same thing.
Mhm.
It kind of foreshadows what's going to end up happening. It's like they take. Oh, there you yeah, you're right. But you know what
You
they're
see
doing?
that?
Oh.
Everything y'all saying, man, I'll say it eventually. But yeah, Woods was definitely, to me, the busier fighter for round three. With that, like I said, that blood, coming down his face. So
Just wait to the
They're
fourth.
both being a lot more careful than I thought.
Probably they tasted each other power.
yeah,
Oh, Lara hurt a little bit.
So this sounds like round four might be like Canada a round of the year. Yeah, it's hard to know gonna win this one. Oh, he
It's a good
just
little tactical boxing match.
yeah, and like you say, that the fact that he's not moving his head enough and getting out of the way of that right hand, I don't know how long he's gonna be able to keep taking it from Wood.
yeah. What's the name? Woods landed the big, like straight right hand for round three. Just show the replays.
Is it Ben Davison?
Oh man, Lara landed a body shot and took one to the head.
You got the UK faithful out there too.
Yeah, yeah. UK definitely got a huge fan base.
Ooh.
Yeah, nice body shot landed by Woods.
Man, they exchanged some hooks.
I think Leigh Wood won that round too.
Oh man, that's a big right hand. Lara, man, come on, dude.
Lara could have moved his head on that one. I know it's the one that he traded for the body shot, right?
Yeah, come on. I don't know. Now I'm thinking Wood might get this one because he's just hitting him too flush.
He can at least roll with the punch. He just kind of takes it.
Yeah. Oh, now you're coming back.
Oh, slow motion. They're showing the slow motion version or the replay.
Yeah, Ryan Handy says I think four could have gone either way.
Yeah,
Both had their moments. I thought Wood won it though.
Yeah, I got Wood up 2-1. Or how many rounds is it so far?
Round 5 now.
Round 5. It might be 3-1.
Yeah, but round 4, yeah, both guys throwing a lot of punches. So yeah, it's a good round.
I think Lara's gonna have to start taking some risks and jump in. Carl, I have the same card as for Carl Frock.
What do you got?
He's got 3 to Wood and 1 to Lara.
Yeah, that's right. That's about right.
It's not very objective a commentator. But that's neither here nor there. He's saying, I really want Leigh Wood to land a time on right hand. I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
Ooh, that's nice. Big shots thrown in round 4. Yeah, they trading good in round 4. Cool. I think Woods is landing the bigger, cleaner shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, you got to factor in that they in the UK, so he gonna get all of those rounds if it's close.
Mm.
And I legitimately think he's winning those rounds.
Yeah, so
Lara might be in bad shape. I ain't saying he's in bad shape physically, but I don't see like the strategy that he has to be able to get in.
A body shot hurt Lara.
Yeah, Lara looking pretty bad, man.
So I'm in between rounds in round 4. So round 5 about to start for me.
Yeah, it's starting to look bad though.
Yeah, for Law.
Cause he don't have any. Oh yeah, he got hurt with a body shot. I don't know, man.
You saw the body shot, right?
Yeah, he's starting to wilt a little bit too. Yeah, I don't know. He's starting to get a little too confident. I changed. I'm going with Wood now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Wood, my boy. Good shot, Wood. Oh, be careful though. You can. I think if Wood just keep him at bay on the outside and just throw the 1-2, he'll be in good shape.
He just kept the jab. He could easily just outbox him and then catch him coming in.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to want to do that though.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to.
It's not in his DNA.
That was a nice little last ending of that round. I won't spoil what happened.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking. You'll see it. You'll see it, Ty.
All right.
Oh. This is tough to call, man. Like I'm saying, like Wood won that round, but this is tough to determine who's going to come out victorious in this.
Both are getting hurt from. It seems like it's little shots, but they're pretty big ones.
Mm-hmm. See, Lara's getting hit with like body shots, head shots, the whole shebang. Left hooks, right hands.
Oh, Wood is confident coming out, and Lara not really.
He felt that body shot.
You saw that?
Yeah.
He stepped back.
He was talking to him. Jab to the body by Wood. Yeah, I'm giving this to Wood too far from everything I'm saying. But they both doing good though.
Lara's having his moments.
Yeah, it's Woods is just busier. Yeah, it's competitive. I just think Woods busier.
Wood's definitely busier.
Yeah.
I don't even know if like Lara look like he don't barely want to come out for the fight, for the round. I don't know, man.
I wonder if he had a hard time making weight.
I don't know. It's not looking too.
He was throwing a million punches at Warrington.
Warrington wasn't hitting him with all these big shots, though.
That's true.
He trying though. Come on, man. He stabbed him to the body with the jab. Feints. Like Lara is just a one-trick pony. He's not doing any. Oh, good shot. Yeah, that stab
Lara
jab.
looks exhausted, man.
Yeah, he gonna have to get a second win.
And Wood senses this.
This he might not come out the way he was looking coming into the sixth. He's stabbing that body. Ooh, good shot, boy. Oh, he don't look good. Nah, he don't look good. Nah. There you go, my
I wonder
boy.
what's wrong.
Them hands. He getting the ones and twos putting on him. Yeah, Wood, my boy, man. Yeah, he called. I like Wood.
That'll
He's
wake you up.
He
Yeah,
seemed like
nice.
he seemed like he got better with age too.
Yeah. And Mauricio Lara's style is like it gets worse with age.
He's still young though, but
Oh yeah, he's 24, I think.
mm-hmm. But it's not looking too good for him right now.
Nah, he's being bothered by the shots, and his stamina clearly isn't.
Oh,
Oh,
he got him looking like Wood look real good tonight. I ain't gonna lie. But see, I've seen him get like in that Colin fight, he got dropped so easily. I'm like, if he get hit by Lara like that, then it's gonna be a wrap.
Mm.
Taking these shots well, he's not even really putting himself in a position to get hit like that though, too.
Okay, for round 6, this nigga Woods was landing
Lara
nice
came back a
body
little bit
shots
at
and
the
nice
end,
hooks.
but not enough.
He got my man Wood looking like a young Joe Kawasaki up in this piece. Oh,
I want to listen to what Lara's corner's saying because I'll understand what they're saying, and I really want to know.
Vamonos.
Nice hook thrown by Woods.
Yeah, Lara, yeah, he trying.
Boom. Boom. Wood's looking good, guys.
Yeah. I'm starting to think about like, what is this, 130 pounds?
Yeah, I think this is 130 or
Okay.
126. I actually can't even remember.
Yeah, it's 126. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Because what's his name? Oh, damn, he hit him in the body. Ray Vargas went up to 130 last week and tried to get that.
Oh yeah, and he got outboxed.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for old Foster.
Was it a clear victory last week?
Yeah, to me it was. Yeah, Foster won that easily.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
And the fact that he won the title, rating his home state of Texas makes it even better. So.
Lara's gotta risk it for the biscuit, man.
Yeah.
He needs to jump in and do his jumping hooks and get risk and just try.
Yeah.
Him just standing there moving his head is not doing anything.
Just go out on the shield if you're gonna do it, especially while you got a little bit of energy left.
Get in his comments. So Ryan Hanley says Laura looks really tired at the end of round 6.
He didn't even want to stand up.
Yeah, them shots are taking his toll. Especially them body shots, man. You get them when you feeling them body shots like that, and then they'll slow you down.
Mm-hmm. And he's stabbing him to the body with that jab though too.
Yep, he's throwing a lot of shots to that body.
Lara's having a hard time cutting off the ring.
But if you look at Lara, he's so like it's no nuance or any like trickery to his game. I mean, like you do the same thing over and over.
Very true.
And that dude just looked too big for him.
Yeah. He does look like I said. He does look a lot bigger, man.
You know what I mean? You just look at his forearms and stuff like that, and you getting popped, with that jab over and over. It's kind of hard to get in there the way you want to.
I wonder what excuse they're gonna use if he loses, Lara.
You know what? No one cares. You know what I'm saying? That's a good little uppercut, though.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
We're not down.
Oh!
Oh, something happened. Ryan Hanley, man down. Say man
somebody
down.
won. Somebody won. I'm not saying though.
Okay. We'll see it. I think I know who it is, though.
I don't know. Because they both threw some big shots.
Yeah.
It was sensational.
Oh!
That's gonna happen for me in a second, man.
Oh.
Let me get mine then.
Nah, you can't go on no. Yeah, throw that in there. Yeah, you don't have it, man. He
Chris, you and Ryan must seen y'all at the same time.
They say don't hook with a hooker. Where you at, Ty?
I'm in round 7. I got a minute and 15 seconds left.
Okay.
So
wow.
That was a dangerous knockout, by the way.
Hey, you know what? He had almost maybe knockout of the year. And it could be. I ain't gonna say.
That was a good stoppage. There was no way he was gonna continue.
No, especially the way he was his legs.
Like, I'm glad they stopped it. I mean, part of me, it's like the boxing fan of me is like, nah, don't stop it. But it's like better, better for the health of the fighter.
I wonder why they stopped him from going over there. I think he's trying to check.
No, because he probably wanted to say thank you and sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why did they stop him from? Oh, because he's still a little bit wobbly. They were stopping him like he was gonna say something else.
Dang.
Because you saw it, bro.
Yeah, I just now said. And he kind of on his stanky leg getting up. He jumping up a little bit.
Yeah, man. That was a
good
you know what though? Moving forward, he got to work on some other stuff though.
Yeah, dude. He was losing that fight clearly.
Yep. Yeah. Hey man, and Milton, I said we just talked about this. And I said Mickey Bay and John Molina, and I said Mickey Bay was winning that fight in the last round. John Molina turned around and stopped him.
Yeah. You just said that.
Yeah.
He gonna be kicking himself because he really didn't have to engage with him like that. He could have just because he had him wilting and getting tired and it looked like
watch. My bad.
Yeah. No, that was
boom. Oh, that was the worst hook you can get caught with. Oh, he had the cross eyes, dude. There was no way he was.
Yeah, Ryan Haney says, laughing out loud, that was a comeback KO. Yeah, that was a nice comeback KO for sure.
That was as good of a KO as you can get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good to see them embrace each other, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's emotional.
And you can see, when he's sitting there and he gathering all his energy, he even took a deep breath. Then
they need to work on stuff. Either he might not hold on to that title much longer or not longer, but he won't hold on to the title very long if he doesn't work on his stamina at 126.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he needs to be busier. I mean, he did good, but I just think his offense. He needs to be busier with his offense.
Yeah, they got him fighting the UK so much, man. Yeah, but he still can get with a Ronaldo.
Wait. This commentator is being a little prick. He's saying they shouldn't have stopped it.
Oh man, he out of his mind. He trying to get him
Nah,
killed.
he was on wobbly legs, man.
Bro, there
Kind of
was
like,
no way, dude.
Eubank. Yeah, he was mad. Yeah, these fighters get
No,
mad when
no.
they train to stop it. But
The
yeah, he was
the
wobbly.
the commentator being very very not sportsman like.
Yeah, I had to turn it down.
He's like I've seen worse where they didn't stop it.
No, he might have got like really seriously hurt. He might have been on some what's my man Superman back in the day, Stevenson. Like he might have ended up like him.
Adonis.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. We don't want fighters to end up like that. I seen Stevenson fight live.
Oh, poor
Years
Leigh Wood.
years ago. But
I
yeah,
don't
we
like
want. Yeah, we want the
fighter
fighters to live to fight another day, man. So
Yeah, honestly, I saw Lara going all out on him and just finishing.
Yeah, you got too much power. Like you fight against somebody who got that, like at that weight and at that small size. He's one of the biggest
Bro,
punchers.
Lara's such a nice guy, bro. He does not need to be that nice.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a
Oh,
nice
he's
one punch. Right on the chin.
But he was losing every second of every round.
Yeah.
When you see the highlight, check out how he sat there and he like before he threw the hook, he was like he took a deep breath.
Mm.
And then he gathered everything he had, and then it just so happened that Wood tried to hook with him. Yeah, he was giving him his hat. Like, nah, man, don't give me a hat, though, bro.
Yeah.
Take that back to Mexico with you, man.
Yeah. Ryan Handy says it was a good stoppage. Yeah, I agree. I was agree. Like I said, he wanted to continue, but he was wobbly. He would definitely got finished.
Listen to what the commentator is saying, bro. He's like, it's a championship level fight. You're supposed to let the guy keep going. I'm like, I don't know if that would have been good for Wood.
Nah, he can't.
His team thought of the future of him trying to come back.
Yeah, no, they get him killed.
You see, the legs like when
he also hit the back of his head on the canvas too. So
yeah, he hit his head hard and he was on unsteady legs. So that's
and he had the cross eyes, dude. I'm like, yeah, that's
He wouldn't have been able to defend himself. So them dudes, we just trying to create some type of controversy so they can do it again.
Oh, who, me?
No, I'm saying the guy who you saying that's talking go.
Oh.
It was all biased.
I was like, oh, I didn't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was all biased beforehand. Like I heard all the guys from the UK saying how Wood was going to win at the end or in the end. So he's in the UK. I mean, I hear what they're saying. You know what I mean? Because they're just trying to support their guy.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if they would have really allowed that man to go on, it wouldn't have ended well for him.
Right. Facts.
What is he gonna? Unless he, I mean, like,
who the hell is that dude though that's training Lara? Like that man is look. He can train. He like a Mexican Bomac.
Mm-hmm.
You see him? He got him a Mexican Bomac over there trying to train him, man. Like, no, my bad, Dre. What were you saying?
Oh no, I didn't say anything. Are you talking to Ty?
No.
Yeah, I was saying Woods like he was crying in his corner, so I guess he emotional.
Yeah.
He upset about the stoppage. So yeah. So that was a lot of emotions. A lot of emotions riding high. After these fights, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, he put so much into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was winning every round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep. So, winning every round. Got caught with a good shot. Big shot too. Yeah.
Gee, you might be listening to the interview, and it's just starting to come on for me. But I'll check that out later. Y'all see the lineup that Dazn has coming up?
I rewinded it back a little bit. I was trying to look for what that flag meant. I was trying to Google what that flag meant that he was holding up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that Dazn, man. Like when they first started, I was thinking that Dazn might be out of here in a few years, but they really holding boxing up right now. You know what I'm saying? With the different cards that they got coming up, they got a really strong lineup.
Yeah, Dazn doing their thing.
He's saying Lara, not Lara. He's saying Lara's saying Wood is a strong champion. He's like he's thankful and happy that that he won the belt from a great champion.
Yeah, so I probably That Saturday we're gonna have Matias versus Ponce. You know, since Adrian
Oh, I'm
Broner.
so hyped from that. I'm so
Yeah,
hyped for that.
yeah. So like Wilton, like if you want to cover that, man, we could definitely make that happen. You know, I was interested, you know, in the Broner versus Williams, but of course, you know, that fight's off. So then now it looks like Matias versus Ponce. So definitely gonna try to cover that for sure. If you guys want to cover that with me.
You guys are familiar with those two?
Oh, you know what Lara just said? Lara just said, he's like, I felt the shots, but at no point did they hurt me.
Mm.
He's from Tijuana.
Is he?
That's Zona Norte.
Mm.
You know, Zona Norte.
No, I thought he's from Mexico City.
Oh, is he?
Oh, Josh Warrington's watching.
Oh yeah, he was the telecast that I was watching. He was actually, you know, talking about the fight before. Like they passed it to the commentators to do the fight, but he was up there talking about it. But yeah, Zona Norte is in Tijuana.
He might.
Where's
He might.
on his
I
hat?
think. Oh, I think on BoxRec it says he's from Mexico City, but I could
Yeah,
be
he
wrong.
could be. But I'm just saying, like Zona Norte, you're probably right. I was just assuming that since he has Zona Norte on there.
Well, Tijuana is like really up north.
Yeah. It's over there by San Diego.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what they trying to
Wilton,
have?
Wilton, have you been to Mexico before? I was just wondering.
Nah, well, yeah, I've been to like Cancun and stuff like that. I've been to like right below, was it Brownsville, I believe.
I've been to Cancun before, but my dad's side of the family is from Mexico City and Michoacan.
Got you. Yeah, I was thinking about going down there, like taking a trip, but my friend he lives like northern San Diego, and so that's another trip that I'm gonna probably do within the next year or so. And
That's what's up.
he was telling me about how it is out there in Tijuana. So I did my little due diligence and research, and so that's how I know that area right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying
That's
was
what's up.
Canelo and John Ryder supposed to be in Mexico, right?
I think so. I heard that it was supposed to be in Mexico.
Okay.
Mhm.
Will I make the trip for it? Maybe.
Yeah. How far is Canelo where he's from?
Canelo. I don't know what part of Mexico they're gonna put. Host that fight.
Jalisco?
He's from Jalisco. Yeah, that's like, it's near. It's right next to Michoacan, and Michoacan's right next to Guanajuato. I have to look at the map again.
No, Sarah. Is that anywhere near Mexico City?
It's not that far. It shouldn't be that far because I know my family's from Michoacan, but they immigrated to Mexico City, so I don't think it's that far.
What about Culiacan, where my boy Chavez was from?
Culiacan, Mexico.
Yeah,
Chavez Jr.
And Chavez, Chavez was my guy, but he wasn't.
I feel.
Mhm.
Oh no, I feel a little ashamed not knowing half of these. Because I'm half Mexican.
Yeah, I'm not high on Chavez Jr., man.
No, not Chavez Jr., but Senior was pretty good.
Yeah, senior, but yeah, Junior, man. Junior just
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know,
so
man. Yeah, Wilton Chris G will be in the building for Benavides and Plant. So
I will for sure. I got my tickets, my stay, and everything. I'm so excited.
That's what's up.
yeah, man. Have a good time, man, for sure.
That's gonna be a nice little card too.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's gonna have Chris Colbert versus Jose Valenzuela, and then Jesus Ramos versus Joey Spencer. Dude, that's gonna be fun.
What about like the card that y'all was talking about next week? Y'all
Next week. Oh, Ponce versus
Matias.
Matias.
Yeah.
Yeah, what weight do they fight in? See, I don't,
140.
okay.
It's for the vacant IBF, I think.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see Matias fight live, man. Like I said, when I was leaving the fight, man, he was right in the hallway, man. I wish I got a chance to run up to him, get a picture. But he was right in the hallway when I was leaving the venue, man.
But before y'all get off, man, talk to me. Like, what type of fighters are these? Like, what do they do?
Okay, so both are you want to go ahead, Ty, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. So Matias is one of those guys that comes forward, throws a bunch of punches and bunches, and has like okay defense, but he gets hit a lot. But he's one of those heavy volume punchers, heavy volume
You know,
punchers,
he
and
got
just
some
keeps
power.
coming. And he has 18. He's 18-1 with 18 knockouts,
Yeah, yeah. So he got the play. I said from what I seen when I seen him fight live,
and
he
he's
got
made
a.
a lot of people give up. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, no, you good, man. I was just saying he just like I know he got like a maybe like a it was a later round stoppage, but he had a rematch with the guy and he stopped him in the rematch. So yeah, it was a good fight. You know,
Oh
so it was
yeah,
good to see him fight live. So
yeah. So he rematched the one loss that he had that loss, but that loss was after he. So basically, he fought Maxim Dadashev, and that fight unfortunately ended up being costing Maxim Dadashev's life. Rest in peace, Maxim. I actually watched that fight on ESPN. Um, uh, and then after that fight, he wasn't mentally well, and then he ended up losing a fight against a journeyman, and then later rematched him and got the stoppage.
yeah, you think his loss, that probably came from the fact that the sense what
Yeah,
happened to Matson.
yeah. I think it was literally 100% of that.
Yeah, yes,
And then Ponce has a violent style too. So he's like one of those come forward, I'm gonna get you fighters.
Mm.
so,
And so they're both like that, but I think the power edge is um
Ponce.
uh
Matthias.
Matthias. and
Oh,
and and the thing is, he fought Malik Hawkins, bro, and the thing he did to him was so disrespectful. It was kind of hilarious. He was coming at him with his hands down right in
So,
front of him.
hey,
Right.
and I actually watched the highlights of that earlier, and he was just coming forward with his hands down, like kind of playing with him. And then
Dude,
after
it
he won,
was
he was
so
doing a little dance, man.
dude, that was so funny, dude. The whole time he had his hands down and
Yep,
putting his head forward, dude, and just throwing punches.
man. Yeah, well, you see that fight?
The
oh,
fights.
man, see, y'all do, man. I'm telling y'all bigger fight fans than me. Because some of these like dudes like that, I wouldn't be familiar with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
who
so
do they
he,
fight? What do they fight on? Do they fight on like the
it's
zone?
gonna be
It was televised, but it was when COVID.
televised.
It was they didn't have no crowd. They didn't have no
It was
crowd at
during
the
the
venue.
COVID,
Yeah.
and and let's see, Subriel Matias, he's top eight, somewhere top eight, of the 140 pounders, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe top, and then the same with Ponce. He's like top. They're both top 10, and they're both fighting for the vacant IBF. And so whoever fights him, whoever, if they're gonna unify, it's gonna be between Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, and the winner of that fight.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah,
So you said in
Matthias.
Showtime though, right?
So it's gonna be on Showtime. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think Matthias power, man. His power is something else,
Listen,
man.
it's something else, dude. He's got so many stoppages by the people
Mm,
giving up in the corner.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But I was wondering, one thing I was concerned about him was like this is his first fight since January last year.
Yeah,
So he's been inactive for over a year. So
PBC is wasting that talent, man.
yeah.
Um, so
Hey,
I
Wilton. Hey, Chris. Like, since we got Wilton in here, like, maybe you can explain to him, why PBC fighters are only fighting on Showtime. Like, can you break it down to him, like,
oh
why
okay
these networks,
uh,
ESPN, I mean, Bounce, like the whole nine, man. Just give it
okay
to him, man.
okay
Before you get to that, Chris,
uh,
though, like,
yeah.
see, this is what I get. I'm skeptical on some of these championship fights that's for belts. Now, what y'all telling me, it sounds like those dudes really probably are deserving. And you saying that that's a world title, that's not like a secondary.
I think it's the IBF official vacant title.
Yeah, because I remember I was watching, and sometimes I get turned off because I was watching Mario Barrios, who I never really thought too much of. And I saw him several years ago. This is probably like pre-COVID or around that time, and I saw him fight the Akhmadaliev guy who had at the time it was like 6-0, and they were claiming that fight was for WBA. It was some type of secondary belt, and I'm like,
The regular belt, yeah, the regular
regular
WBA.
belt. And I'm like, first off, who is this 6-0 dude? And then Mario Barrios didn't really look that appealing to me, but they fighting for some type of belt.
Regular title. Yep,
Yeah, and then it's like then
I
not
remember
too
that.
long after that, then you had Tank fighting Mario Barrios, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's about to fight this bigger guy for a world champ." And I'm like, "Dude, like," and I just saw
Yeah,
Mario Barrios.
I can. Well, that's the thing, is that the way Floyd was handling his career was like trying to make him like fight the best he can fight that's in house. So, and that's why they're trying to sell it as, oh, he's a multi-division champion and stuff like that. But Mario Barris is a good guy. I actually thought Mario Barris lost against that guy. I watched that fight live, even with the two knockdowns.
Yeah, it
I
was
thought
close. Yeah, it was a close fight.
it
But
was
it
a
just
close
the
fight.
point was I didn't see like out of the guys that was at 140 pounds, I didn't see them as guys who really should have been fighting for any type of belt. And then the other thing too is that now you got like Puello, what I'm saying? Like he's about to fight the same guy that Barrios lost to, but that Barrios beat.
Yeah.
And it's like, now this is for the real belt. And so that's what I'm saying. Like I'd be
Is it
skeptical.
actually?
Yeah, Puello is the
Oh, yeah, the real. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. He is the Puello is the real WBA.
Puello beat
Oh,
him for the belt. My bad. Yeah,
yes.
he beat him for the belt.
And then the reason why for all this vacant titles and two people fighting is because Josh Taylor
Yeah,
vacated
he
when he
let him.
became
He
yeah.
relinquished.
And at the time when Gervonta Davis beat Mario Barrios, Josh Taylor was the real WBA champion and stuff like that. People were all the comments were like, why doesn't he fight Josh Taylor? Why doesn't he fight Josh Taylor? That's what like half the
Well, I
comments
was
were.
thinking at that time, no, he should have like if he was going to go up and fight somebody for a belt, you know what I mean, at 140, that's who he should have been trying to fight if he's that dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about
Yeah.
Tank.
But they already said he's on a quote unquote different path, not the typical world championship path or whatever. But I mean now he's fighting Ryan Garcia, so it's like, and it's not for a belt, but they're gonna sell out. A lot of people they say, oh, but he sells out. It doesn't matter about belts, but I think it does for in terms of boxing and your career and everything. I think it does matter. But I'm sure if PBC held on some of those vacant titles, they would have let Gervonta fight who knows who for it. So it's like, or who knows what for it. But no, the thing is that he's changing his career trajectory a little bit because Floyd, I think, stepped back, and so now now seems like Gervonta is taking. Oh, not seems. If the fight does happen, Gervonta Davis is taking a very risky fight with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, but hold on, Chris. This is
Huh.
the only thing I'm gonna say is that, like, I still think, in the grand scheme of things, I think that out of the guys who we were told was the four kings, if you were going to take a fight against the quote unquote four kings, that would be the cherry pick would be Ryan Garcia. I think that it's close to a 50-50 fight. I just think that what Brian brings to the table, that is certain things that Tank hasn't faced before. He's tall, he has power, he's quick, he really has a radar for those shorter guys, with his left hook. And then I
Oh
think
yeah.
you follow what I'm saying. So I'm just saying, like for me, I think that it's a good fight. I just think that if you were going to in Tank's position, being older than those guys, if he had to sit back and choose which of those guys that he was going to face, that would be the one that's the closest to a cherry pick with that with
Yes.
options available. You know what I mean? Because Ryan's chinny. You know what I mean? Like I can't get the Luke Campbell knockdown out of my head. You follow what I'm saying? Like it's just at the end.
So
Yeah.
That was bad because like the way he fell, like he got like landed on his shoulder. That was a bad knockdown.
My mom got really scared. My mom likes Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I like him too. It's just the way he folded.
Yeah, the way he felt, but he definitely came back strong and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I don't think in fact, I think he's the riskiest one because I think if he fought Haney, he would lose by decision. If he loses to Ryan, I think it would be by knockout. I think in terms of actual danger, I think in terms of actual health wise, I think he'd be safer fighting Devin Haney.
Yeah, but at the same time, then it's like I gotta live my life and my fans like move towards Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But what I wanted to tell you earlier about the whole thing, Al Heyman, he burned a lot of bridges in terms of like all the deals. He actually, I watched a fight with David Benavidez on ESPN on PBC on ESPN with against Dennis Douglan. And he was like doing all these tests and doing all these things, and he would promise all these networks, "Hey, I'll put all these amount of fights or whatever." And then he never stuck to his promise, and then the networks pulled away from him, and so he kind of burned a lot of bridges. Hence why it's only on Fox and Showtime, and that's why all the fighters barely fight is because he doesn't have enough slots on TV to actually to actually
Right.
put the fights on. So it's like that's why these guys are fighting once a year, twice a year max, if that. And it's just because he doesn't have enough space, and that's why
Yeah.
my favorite fighter being David Benavidez makes me upset. Is because now I only see him once a year, and it's like I'm like all these guys are wasting their careers. Yeah, they might get a good payday from Al Heyman, but he's not. And then a lot of people are coming out and saying he's paying in installments. He's not even paying the full out purse, and but I mean, there's a reason for that. It's I won't get too deep into that, but maybe I'll say it off camera.
Yeah, you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because they had all the slots. Like they were Bounce TV. They were
yeah,
anytime you
bound.
look up, you'll see them
Yeah.
fights. You'll see fights on Tuesday, Wednesday. You're like, damn.
Yeah, I remember Tuesday,
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday. I'm pretty
I
sure
just remember.
the fight I saw with Benavidez was on a Tuesday. The first time I ever turned on the TV and watched a boxing match was a PBC fight. It was David Benavidez on an undercard.
Yeah.
At one point, it was like, damn, it's too much boxing. Like, man, I can't
Yeah,
get to see all
I
this.
can't.
Yeah.
I wish it was like that. Still, now we didn't appreciate what we had
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember Spence. I do remember Spence and Wilder both fighting on NBC too. I
Mhm.
think Chris, what's the dude's name? Chris that he kept dropping in that fight.
Algeria.
Chris. Yeah, I remember that fight. And I also remember Wilder fighting on NBC. I just can't remember the opponent. But yeah, like when PBC first started, like 2015, 2016, they were on just a lot of different networks. And now Fox is like part-time. You rarely see them on Fox.
Yeah, it's
Also,
like
yeah.
his deal is becoming smaller or it was ending. I'm not sure what the current position of that is, but I know his Fox deal was either tightening up or it was over.
I'm gonna plug myself on this one. I had Facebook on Smash around 2015. I bumped into Spence, 24-hour fitness, 360
Oh.
out there in Grand Prairie, Texas. And I was talking to him. And so when I talked to him, matter of fact, I used to run into him quite often. One time he was fighting this guy on November 28th of that year. And I told him, I said, I checked your fight out. And he was like, well, how did I do? And I was honest with him. I said, man, you did your thing. I said, you was getting hit that right hand too much. He said, yeah, we working on that. So I seen him again later. When I seen him again later, he was on the treadmill. He was with his guy. And his guy that he was with, you still see them together, like periodically, whenever you see Spence, hanging and banging. Now, when we talked that time, I asked him, I was like, man, I said, Champ, who you got? And keep in mind, in this gym, nobody's even messing with Spence. Like I recognize him because the first time I seen him, it was like right after that, it was publicized that he had hurt Floyd or did whatever with Floyd, and then they talked about Broner and all that type of stuff. So I'm seeing him. He had like burgundy, and he had this Olympic stuff that he had on. Nobody knew, and there was this one lady I was with. I was like, man, that's Errol Spence. That's gonna be the next champ right there. So we got pictures and stuff like that with him. So we had that conversation. So the next time I seen him, I was like, who you fighting, champ? Who's next? You know what I mean? Because nobody really knew. He was like, so I'm telling you. So when he was telling me that he was going to fight Chris Algieri, this is how he said it. He said, yeah, I got Chris Algieri next or whatever. Because he wanted Keith Thurman. And so remember, he really hadn't fought anybody. And I'm like, man, that's still like somebody who just went the distance with Manny Pacquiao. Like, this is the biggest name on your resume. Take advantage of this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking in my mind. But he was like, yeah, I got Chris Algieri. You know what I mean? And then that's when he Facebook. So I went on Facebook and I was like, Spence got Chris Algieri next or whatever. And I had it on Smash for a second.
So you were ahead of everyone else at that time.
I was ahead of the curve, man. Yeah, I was ahead of the curve. But, he was a cool dude, man. But I think also, when you talk about some of the things that's going on with PBC, I think a lot of those guys graduated to the next level, though, too. You know what I mean? You got to keep in mind, like, even when you had Thurman and Garcia, like, I think that they really elevated to being pay-per-view, and then they end up having pay-per-view fights. The Porters and all of those guys, the Wilders, so they up there. But, like, I don't know about the Benavidez. That's a good fight. I don't know if it necessarily requires it being on pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. PBC will put Joe Schmo and me on pay-per-view if I was on there.
Yeah, because Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola was pay-per-view.
That was not a pay-per-view fight.
See, yeah, they just throw a lot of these fights on pay-per-view. Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin was pay-per-view.
I forgot where I heard this from or where I got this from, but apparently If you don't make the numbers, you don't get your purse from Al Heyman, even though it's completely illegal or whatever. But since he's not making up some of the fights, he's not making up some of the money. He puts it on pay per view, and that's how he covers some of the purse that he's paying
Gotta
out.
earn your keep.
Oh, yeah, the problem is that he promised all these dudes these crazy paydays. He robbed all De La Hoya of all his fighters, and promised them all these paydays and this and that, and then now he can't back it up now, and so it's like, well, he can kind of back it up with on the back end, but on if you look at it face value, he's not keeping up with the purses. Like the money that comes in for the tickets and the pay-per-views aren't enough to cover the boxers' purses.
Yeah, I think that what his motto is just an age well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you're gonna do that, like that worked for like Floyd and those guys, and Floyd was a good salesman. You know, you got Pacquiao and guys like that. But see, this younger generation, they know how to stream. Like they'll tell you how to go about doing it. So if you're telling somebody that we're gonna do pay-per-view and you get your money in the back end, it may not sell that well. And then also you're putting pay-per-views out there that's not really something that people are really
Interesting.
excited about. Now, in his defense, it's other companies that have done that in the past too. And I think we talked about this, Ty, when I was saying how like Gennady Golovkin at the height, like around 2015, when they were trying to push the David Lemieux fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we know Golovkin gonna whip the hell out of David Lemieux. This ain't no how. And then with Top Rank, when they tried to push the Terrence Crawford, and he was fighting against Postol. Like, and you're like, man, nobody know who Postol is. You know what I'm saying? So that is horrible numbers. But they do a little bit more with it because they got more fighters and they can't really do the bounce stuff anymore. I wish they would. Like, I wish they would, but I wish they had those contracts with those companies where they could promote, because they had a good model at that particular time. I just think it ran its course.
Yeah,
I agree.
Hey, let me jump real quick. Triple G and David Lemieux, I was high on that fight, man. And I had but look, I felt that David Lemieux was a good power puncher, which he was. But when I watched that fight, man, Triple G beat the brakes off of him. Like he was consistent with that jab. Like that was that fight was just so one-sided, man. Like Triple G was just like next level on that fight, man. But I thought it was going to be a blockbuster and it was going to be close, but I was wrong, man.
No. Well, David Lemieux actually was on a good little run, and then lost a decision against Billy Joe Saunders, racked up his wins again, stopped what's his name into the first round, Spike O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
And then got another few more wins, and then fought David Benavidez, and then you know how that ended up.
Yeah.
That was a nasty.
He couldn't do much with Saunders, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Saunders was just good with that footwork. David Lemieux was just trying to land those big punches, and he couldn't do that with Saunders, man.
I'm so pissed, dude. When I think about that, I remember all the comments. Everybody was saying Canelo's gonna get outboxed by BJS, right? And as soon as he wins, oh, that's a cherry pick. Oh, that was not worth that. That made me really upset. I remember that.
Man,
It's like everybody was picking Billy Joe Saunders. I saw so many prediction videos, and then suddenly when Canelo beats him, it's like, oh, that was a cherry pick.
Canelo is in that space, though. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys. Like when you up that high in the game, people are gonna nitpick. You know what I mean? Say this and that about you. So Canelo started his career at 154, basically. Like he started like 147, but
I think it was 140. I think it was as low as
something like that, right? Yeah.
So
I'm just at the heart of his career.
It was
when he made his waves, it was at 154. So
yes.
He goes up. So he wins multiple belts there. Goes up to 160, and then now at 154, he fought dudes like Cotto. He fought
Lara.
He fought Lara. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and people. Anyway, man, it baffles me. So anyway, he go to 160. As soon as he go to 160, he what's my man Cotto for the belt for 160, and then immediately they on his bumper. They like, you need to fight Triple G, and then he's like, he's trying to fight these other dudes. I just fought Cotto, man, like to get the belt. Like, so I got to fight this man next. He ain't really fighting anybody, but so they putting the pressure on him to go ahead and do that. Eventually, he gets at Golovkin. Now that's supposed to be his Huckleberry. That's supposed to be his rival. As soon as he end up fighting him, it's like, so, obviously it was a draw, whatever. And then they were saying that they cheated or whatever. So, but he did it. He did it again. Gets the victory. Then it's like they move on to somebody that's not again. So he started at 154 as far as where he made his waves. 160, he fought his rival. He goes up to 168. He fight now David Benavidez, who they say he should be fighting. He ended up losing his belts because of some shit that he did.
Yes. And I wasn't even mad at Canelo like fighting Avni Yildirim because Benavidez was actually lined up to fight him. And as soon as he lost the belt, whoever's going to fight for the WBC belt has to fight Avni Yildirim, no matter who it is. And so that's
and on top of that, G, is the fact that he had just fought Saunders. He had, and then it's like, okay, at least Callum Smith, one of those guys, Callum Smith. And so a buffer fight, you can't just fight every dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you got to take a break. You got to take a nice payday and relax.
And the showcase fight, he fights like, and then he put on a little performance, whatever, with whoever that dude was that he came out there with.
Pepe Aguilar.
Yeah, and then he fights so Callum Smith, Saunders. Then he fights Caleb Plant. They still like,
dude. I am not even kidding. There was a lot. I'm not gonna say who, but there was a lot of channels that was picking Caleb Plant. And as soon as Caleb Plant lost, it doesn't count because he's white.
He doesn't.
Hey, let me say this, man, about Plant
and then also he beat Kovalev and he went up there.
Dude, that Kovalev win was a good win. I don't know what people are talking. I mean, yes, out of prime Kovalev, but it was still a good win because it was out of his weight class, and he was the sitting world champion at the time.
Gee, they say that he cherry picked Bivol. Come on, man!
Please get out of here with that. Please.
Dude, Bivol is the second or first best defensive boxer in the entire freaking boxing right now.
And he's like, so if he fight, that's another weight class that he goes up to challenge this man. Who else is doing this?
Nobody, dude. I'm not even, dude. In the group chat that I'm in, dude, everybody was predicting Canelo was going to lose to Bivol, except for a couple people. They said it was a cherry pick, but everyone else was saying, watch, Bivol's gonna win the fight.
That's a hell of a cherry pick. Like,
and I'm like, they said the only reason why they didn't put bread on it was because of how the judges are with Canelo. They almost robbed Bivol, actually. 115, 113. I had that fight like 9 rounds to 3 at best, 10 rounds to 2.
Oh, he frustrated the hell out. After a while, like once the 11th round or something like that, he was just putting them paws in Canelo.
Dude, he was putting 6, 7, 8, 9 punch. 10. Like, you're not supposed to land 8 punches on Canelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we gotta give Canelo his props, man. Canelo,
dude, I love
he's
Canelo,
one guy you could say that's fought everybody, man.
Dude,
he's fought everybody.
And if anybody deserved a cherry pick, is him. Like, he's done fought. Like some of these guys, he's fought like 6 or 7 guys that guys haven't even faced yet.
Like he fought Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs is bad now because of the silk sheets, because of all the money he's made, dude. But before he made all that money, dude, he fought a prime Danny Jacobs, dude, and then everyone was saying that doesn't count, dude.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you fellas this question. Who's the best at 160 right now?
I think that's a good question, dude. Wow.
Well, when Canelo, I still say Triple. I would have to give it to Triple G now.
I'd probably have to say Triple G.
And guess who fought him? Canelo. If you saying like at 168, who's the top guys at 168? I would
say Canelo, Plant, and Benavidez.
He fought Plant. Who's the best at 175?
Bivol. I would say Bivol.
So what I'm saying is, like, the man at least the top 1 or 2 guys in these 3 different weight classes.
Dude, I think Bivol would be the favorite against Beterbiev right now, dude.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Canelo fought him, and he's the number 1 guy at 175 in most people's eyes in terms of skill.
And then listen, they were saying if Canelo went up to fight that cruiserweight, then that's a cherry pick. Like, dude is only like 5. He's like 5'9", 5'8",
No, he's 5'7.5", 5'8".
something like that. I'm saying what they list him. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
what they list him as 5'8.5", I think.
Oh, okay. But you
Somewhere.
go up there to fight a cruiserweight and you cherry picking. I know Roy Jones when he
It's
started. I remember Roy Jones when he went up to heavyweight. He specifically said, "I'll go up there if I can find somebody that I can, won't necessarily have be at a total disadvantage." That's why he didn't fight Lennox Lewis. So he
That
ended
would
up
make
fighting
no
Leigh.
sense. He would lose that fight.
Yeah, it's just been too much of a like
Jump.
disadvantage. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you're gonna go ahead and do something historically like being a 154-pound guy at one point, go up to 190, 200 to fight one of those guys, yeah, you want to fight somebody that physically it's not such a daunting task, but that's still a daunting ass task to fight a 190-pound guy.
You know, Benavidez is taller and longer than Bivol. I think Bivol's a light heavyweight, in my opinion. He's on
Yeah.
the smaller side. And then when people say, "Oh, he's gonna drain Bivol at 168," Bivol on record has said many times, "I can easily make 168, and if he wants to fight at 168, I'll make 168."
Canelo better stay away from that though. That's my guy.
He can't. If he fights Bivol at 168, he loses his 4 titles, and Bivol becomes undisputed.
Yeah. What y'all think about Maul? Maul is returning in June. But what y'all think about his conversation with Bivol? I was surprised to even see him talking to him about that.
Oh my gosh, dude! I saw a guy jumping up and down at Target saying he got a call to fight Jermall Charlo.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just trolling, dude, because he's gonna
so
fight.
Inactive, man.
He's gonna fight some nobody, struggle with him, and then stay off for another 2 years. I kind of gave up on Jermall.
I think since he's been inactive for 2 years, he needs to take a soft touch, and if he's victorious and he looks good, then though at the end of the year, hopefully like December, give him Andre, give him somebody if he does look good. Because him and Andre need to happen, man.
He fought a cherry pick, looked bad, and didn't fight for 2 years. That's like, bro. That's like, he's gonna. I don't know about what to do about Jermall, man. Even if he looks good, it's like they barely fight. Yeah, we're gonna see him. Once he fights this year, we're not gonna see him until 2024, 2025. It's like I kind of think it's a lost cause, to be honest.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been stripped either.
He hasn't been. That's the thing. Yeah, WBC's been protecting him, dude. Dude, it's like he was. And if they followed their own rules, he was supposed to be stripped after 1 year.
Yeah, I think that with him, I didn't like his body language. I didn't like his tone. I didn't like how he was talking when he was talking to Mike Tyson.
Oh my God, yeah, dude. When he was like the Mexican monster, call out the Mexican monster.
He wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
He wouldn't do it. He's like, nah.
That's not how it is now, Mike. It is like
it is how you do it. It is how you do it, bro. That's like, bro. It's like he looked like he was about to cry, dude. Like when Danny Jacobs confronted him in that hallway, he looked like
I remember that, man. Yeah, Danny Jacobs was backstage. He was like, whoa. He was like, what we doing? I was like,
who's
Lamar didn't seem so tough, man. He didn't seem so tough at all.
He's like, you're not touching M's, dude.
Right.
Made me laugh so hard.
No. It was the way he was coming at him, and then he didn't know how to respond because he's not used to people trying to bully the bully.
Dude, Danny Jacobs was like smirking, laughing. Oh, who do we have here?
Right. I remember that. Yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah. I thought Maul though at one point, I thought he was better than Mel.
So did I. I actually thought Maul was like the better brother for a minute, dude. I was just like, oh, dude, he's making some noise. He did okay at 154. Oh, he's starting to look good at 160, and then he became inactive and literally not unifying or anything, dude. And then he said in an interview, Demetrius Andrade is a horrible fighter, dude. Like he's like, Canelo's right. Demetrius Andrade is a horrible fighter. I'm like, dude, you haven't fought nobody to be saying that.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's just odd that their brothers and their careers are so different. Like Mel, like y'all know Mel's my favorite fighter. Like I said, I always say he's knocked out champions. Whether everybody agree if they were a good champion or not, he still knocked out Harrison in the rematch. He knocked out Rosario with the body shot. He's knocked out Brian Castano. I mean, he's knocking out champions. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, I agree. Mel's had a really good run. And him fighting Tim Zute, that's another good fighter who's gonna add to his resume.
Yeah, so he's fighting good guys. He's busy, and it just seems like Maul's just doing nothing.
Stagnant.
And it's like, yeah, it's crazy, man.
I think
my bad, G, but I just think it's their mentality. Like Charles with Jamel, his mentality is he wants to smoke. You can tell, like you can't tell him somebody's better than him.
Right.
He's not gonna want action. But as far as like you can say that to Maul, and then Maul is playing it like, he's not gonna take the same approach. Like he wants to fight him like Benavidez. Benavidez was punking the hell out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, man, I slap the hell out of him when I see him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, what you gonna say in response? You know what I mean? And he's not coming at those guys the way you want to see a fighter do it, especially when they approach him like that. Now he might have that energy for somebody who's kind of docile. But somebody who's like bringing it to him, you can't do that to Mel.
Mel's always angry, dude. I've never seen Mel happy.
Yeah, he angry.
He angry. You know
like what they call it, lines only. That's what
he's mad in his own house, dude. He was like on a live, dude, and then he snitched on his own brother, dude. He's like, I'm 154. I ain't the one. I would never turn down a Canelo fight. He literally snitched on his own brother.
He's like, damn. I think he wanted to fight Maul one time.
Yeah.
He talking crazy to his wife. He calling her all the time. I'm like, damn, you ain't gonna say anything about that's your wife, man.
Dude, I was just like, bro, Mel literally snitched on his own brother for turning down a Canelo fight, dude. They apparently they offered Maul the fight, dude, and Maul passed up on the fight. Dude, Timothy Bradley came out and said that too. It was like, yeah, Canelo, Maul turned down a fight for a Canelo fight. Oh, Maul turned down Canelo was the whole thing. Either his team or PBC or himself turned down the Canelo fight.
I don't see how you do that. Like under no circumstances do you do that because for that opportunity. Because you mess around and get at Canelo, then everything is in the palm of your hands. Like that's the opportunity that you should be looking for.
Yeah, and then the thing is that a lot of people say they discredited the article Golden Boy came out with, or I forget what article came out that he turned down the fight in 2019. His brother in 2020 or 2021 came out and said, yeah, he did turn down the fight, with him ranting, pissed off at his own brother. then Timothy Bradley in 2022 came out and said the same thing.
Yeah, see, and that's what I can't. That's why, like, I really be wanting to ride out with Maul and even Andre, but they don't be fighting anybody. And I'm like, dude, I can't really, like, not Canelo. When he fighting the dudes you saying that are cherry picks, you haven't beaten anybody like that.
You know exactly. And Andre,
they haven't even beaten a Ryder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, so that's a cherry pick for him, but you haven't even.
Dude, if they both fought John Ryder would be the best person on their resume.
Exactly. It's like, man, I can't, I can't knock Canelo at all. And I can't really promote you the way I want to because it seems like, then you look at who they fight, every time it's like somebody that's not in the top 10 or they like, on the cusp of being in the top 10.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Man.
So, well, Android, apparently this is not confirmed to be true, but this is sort of because what's his name? Well, Android, I think is with Salida Promotions. I'm not 100% sure. I think they have a good business relationship with PBC, and so I think what's going on is that once whoever wins Plant versus Benavidez may fight Android later on this year. More or less.
If they do that, then that's good. But listen, how do you as Android? How do you say anything about you? You're not even like anywhere in the stratosphere of the Canelo. If you fight him way down on the undercard, you know what I'm saying, in your last fight, at least be somebody who's like main eventing it.
What's unfortunate is that the person he fought, Edgar Berlanga, looked better against him than he did.
Yeah. Man, I felt the way about Andre being the opening of the card. Was he the opening of the card?
I think he was the first one on the card. The televised portion.
Yeah. So you talk about a guy that was main eventing on the zone to being, the undercard on Showtime. I mean, I know that was his first fight on that network, so Maybe that's why,
You know,
but
I'm
I
not
don't
mad
know,
at him
man.
being at the bottom of the undercard. I'm mad at him for always like saying people are ducking him and stuff. When he turned down every big opportunity he's had, he had an opportunity with Parker. He turned that down. He had an opportunity with Dervinchenko. He pulled out on negotiations. He had an opportunity with Janabek twice, and then that didn't go through. Then he also had an opportunity with Mel back in the day, way back in the day
Yeah.
when money was worth more. He was
Yep.
he was getting 500K for that fight.
Yep.
Like 10, 15 years ago when he had like 1,000 followers on Instagram, he turned down 500K.
Yeah,
And then
I saw that too. It was like I
and,
seen 300K, but still, if
and,
whatever that purse was at that age,
he did
24
not
years old.
he was not in a position to be turning down fights. And then what was it? And then the only fight that was not his fault that fell through was the BJS fight. I don't
Well,
fault him
I
for
mean,
that fight, but I fault him for everything else that he should, if he believed in his skills, he would have taken that 6-figure purse at the time when nobody really knows who he is, and even then even less, and money was worth more then. So it's like, why are you going to turn down 500K, 300 to 500K?
Right.
And then whatchamacallit, he what was it? And then he's fought no champions in his entire career too. So it's like it's all been for vacant titles. And I don't know, man. I mean, Andrew, I wanted to believe in him and stuff like that, but it's like he's turned down every big opportunity. If he had fought all those names, I would have said Canelo was ducking him if he had fought all those names.
one
But
or
since he didn't,
two of them at least, man. Like, come
yeah,
on, dog. You can't go through that. But I will fault him for at that BJ Saunders press
yeah,
conference he
he,
had on that goddamn a slave outfit. Like, I don't know what the hell he was fought him for that now. Shit. But yeah, yeah, I can't it just seems like he's cool with when he signed with DAZN or Matchroom, I should say. I think that's who he signed with. He was with, I think that was Eddie Hearn that he signed with. I just know
he,
he's fighting on his own. But the thing is, it seemed like he
Yeah.
was cool with those paydays fighting
yeah,
against guys
nobody's.
he knew that he was going to be able to beat. It's like,
So
okay, I
yep,
can keep
yep.
making these
That
little.
was a good business move. Okay, I respect him for making that business move, making 1.5 million a fight,
Mhm.
fighting guys he's the like outrageous favorite, right?
Mhm.
And then he signed with them again just for the money. All right, he's looking at it for the long term. Okay, I respect that. But him turning down, like, so he'll get 1.1 million, 1 to 2 million for these easy fights, and when he was gonna get 1 to 2 million for Yanabek, he didn't see that was worth the risk. Because why would I fight Yanabek for the same money when I can fight Joe Schmo for the same money? It's
Right.
like, so it's
It's
like,
yeah. No, I was gonna say, G, my problem is keep doing that. Like I have no problem. Even like with Crawford, when he's saying that, man, you think I'm not gonna go over here to BLK Prime and make this bread? I don't mind you saying that, but you can't have it both ways. Don't act like
yeah,
we're ducking you and you just that's the decision that you made to go ahead
yep,
and
yep, exactly. So I don't fault him for taking the money path, like, but don't say people are ducking you when you're trying to fight, when you're fighting one making 7 figures, fighting guys that are below your skill set. And
yeah.
so I mean, long term wise, yeah, he made the right move, but now he's fighting on PBC. I don't think he got 2 million for fighting on that undercard. I'm sure he took less money just to stay busy.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When you overpay a lot of these guys, they like will not take big fights for the same money or for a little bit more. Like
I always say that, man. Yeah,
it's like why would I fight for you for 2 million when I can fight this guy way easier for
that's what
1.5?
I'm saying,
So it's
G.
like
And that's probably what bit PBC in the butt by doing that. You
yeah.
know,
So it's like, and then they people like to chew out Top Rank for paying their fighters their market value. It's like, hey, these guys will fight 4 times a year on Top Rank, 3 times a year, make 300K a pop. But
mm-hmm.
it's like that's their market value, right? And instead of fighting once for 1 million and you never see them again.
Yeah, I don't know how the zone didn't like because they lost a lot of money messing
Oh,
around.
here's the thing: the financial backing of the zone is billions, so
Yeah,
they'll never go away. So even they could lose money on every fight possible. They're gonna stick around till the for like forever,
cows
dude.
come on. Let me
There's
ask
no
you this question though. Let me ask you this before we get up out of here. 'Cause I got a
yeah
little nice little hottie. I'm gonna go ahead and holler at him. So, but
yeah.
what I was gonna say was this: is that do you think that like the state of the sport of boxing? Gee, how long have you been watching boxing?
Since 2016, I would say hardcore since 2017, 2018, but officially 2016.
2016. Have you
Yep.
seen a decline in the sport since you've been watching?
No, well, I would say maybe the 2021, well, 2022 area a little bit, but I have not seen it like a really decline. Actually, I think it was kind of going up, to be honest with you.
Is that right?
I think it wasn't. It's not as good as like the 2008, 2009 era, 2010 era with all with the Manny Pacquiao and all those fights and stuff.
Oh hell no! I don't
Uh,
even.
no, but I don't think it's a decline. I think it's just a lack of fights. I would say if there's a decline, it's because of the lack of fights that they're putting out. It's just there's no volume. There's like not a lot of volume. I don't think.
Yeah, what say you, Ty?
Yeah, I think I would say COVID messed a lot up. Like we didn't get a lot of fights with COVID, but now it's just we got all these guys that's just coming to boxing that's not boxers. Boxers going to UFC, so we're getting a lot of that. So in that aspect,
Ah,
I would say it's declined. But and still we're still not getting the big fights that we wanted to see. We didn't get Wilder and Joshua. You know what I mean? We didn't get Crawford, Spence. So it's like I say yes and no, but I don't like the way it's going with all these UFC guys coming to boxing going to UFC, all these football players getting into boxing that's never boxed before. So in that aspect, I say it's declining.
may I interject? I want to say, but we've had more undisputed matches than we've had for a long time, though. We had a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
unifications, a lot of undisputed matches the
Mhm.
past couple of
Sure.
years.
Yeah,
I will say, I will give boxing credit.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
done a good job with unifying a lot of the
It's
division.
like the main guys though. Like so, look at the lightweight division. You had dudes who was ducking Haney for a long time. Then it's kind of like they were forced to face him. The Cambosos was finally forced to face him with Lomachenko.
Ryan Garcia definitely ducked Haney.
All them dudes were done. Tiafimo didn't want to fight him. He was telling you every reason why he shouldn't have to fight him. He's the email champ. I'm really the undisputed champ. Then you had like Loma at one point really didn't want to have to deal with him, and then he ended up fighting Tio. Tio ended up winning. Tio was doing his thing, and then he ended up fighting Cambosos. Then Cambosos was doing everything he could not to fight him. It's like you got a lot of that going on in the sport. In addition to you got the social media part of it, where you got dudes coming in like a Jake Paul and stuff like that. Where going back to the lightweight division, so Haney finally gets the belt, all of the belts. But they telling me that the fight is Ryan Garcia and Tank. They don't have none of the damn belts. You know what I'm saying? With Tank got
Yep.
a secondary belt. I've never seen it where the undisputed champ wasn't the dude who you supposed to be getting at.
Yep. It's a political thing. It's a PBC political thing. It's not.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily like eh, if I don't know how to say it. I would say if PBC had hold of the belts, you'd see Tank fighting like nobodies for each of the belts. And if Top Rank has the belts right now, so they're gonna try to make the Lomachenko and stuff like it's just like a political thing. It's like so the best fight they can make is the Ryan Garcia Tank Davis fight because Tank doesn't have nobody to fight in the PBC side of the street. So it's the only way the only option they have is without it being like anti-political on their part is the Ryan Garcia fight.
That's why I
Um,
say, G, that like Ryan and Oscar, they have a lot of leverage when it comes to the negotiations because who is Tank gonna fight? Like if you don't fight us,
who are you gonna fight?
and you're gonna end up like making less money, and then people are gonna be like, we don't. If you don't fight somebody on the same caliber as Ryan, then they'll be like, nah, that gravy train is not gonna keep going
That
because
Isaac Cruz fight was almost a mistake.
it was a mistake, and I think that was a cherry pick because if
It,
you going into the fight, you would think like the way you said Eastside Cruz.
yeah,
Yeah, Eastside Cruz, the way he fights, it's like you would think that would be tailor made for Tank because he comes
yeah,
in throwing these
comes
wild
in
shots.
forward. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
but he ended up it was almost a cherry pick that went wrong.
Yeah, I had it 7-5 for Tank, but that could have easily went wrong.
Absolutely. Then you had come on, man, I can't accept no more Rolly Romero. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Rolly, bro. That I don't know why people are hyping that fight up, dude. I said before that fight, Rolly is a D-level fighter, dude. He's literally the most trash fighter I've ever seen in my life. And I said if he goes more than 2-3 rounds in this fight, it's gonna be a problem to me. I said that like with Jeff. I don't. Well, here's the thing. I think Tank. I'm trying to be objective about it and not be a hater. I'm gonna say Tank took his time. He didn't want to get caught with a stupid shot because he is a D level fighter. So that's why he took his time. Um, uh, with Rolly, and that's why Rolly won most of the rounds was because he was just taking his time to catch him with the perfect counter. But imagine if that went 8 rounds, 9 rounds, 10 rounds, 11 rounds, 12 rounds. It's like you're just sitting there waiting for the perfect shot. But eventually, Rolly was going to make that dumb mistake because he has very little. I'm not saying amateur pedigree is the main thing of why he's bad, but he didn't have amateur pedigree. He also started boxing very late, and so that's why Rolly winds up all his punches, and you can see him coming from a mile away.
Mhm.
And he makes a duck sound.
He telegraphing when he do that. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Soon as he do that, he coming with something wild.
He makes that duck. He sounds like every time he makes a noise, sounds like a duck's getting stepped on, dude.
Yeah, everybody said Rolly really lost to Jackson Marinas, so
Oh,
he's
he
not really.
totally
He's not.
lost that fight. My dad was pissed off when he watched that fight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, bro. Ty, I'm not crapping on Tank. I think Tank's a good fighter and stuff. And I think he should be the favorite against Ryan. I just think that the most of the fights he's fought has been carefully picked, which they were. That's not even a debate. They've been carefully picked, and it almost. I'm not gonna say it's kind of almost costed him in the Isaac Cruz fight, and that's why he said no to the rematch. And I'm like, I think that fight was close enough to warrant a rematch, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was close enough to warrant a rematch, and for me going into this Ryan fight, that's why I say it's such a close fight. That's one of the reasons why I say it's such a close fight is because if Tank was really who we think that Tank is, then they would have put him in some of those tougher fights before. He would have been fought guys like Gary Russell. He would have been fought like Tevin Farmers who were calling him out. He would have been fought like Lomachenko or somebody like that to legitimately, without a shadow of a doubt, solidify himself as being that dude at 135. Now it's just mere speculation. You see the talent, you like, damn, he hit hard as hell.
Oh shoot.
Bless you.
Sorry,
You say, yeah, he hit hard as hell, and he got skills. He's quick, he's fast, but you just don't know until he gets in there with somebody because what is he going to do as far as what they bring to the table? I was listening to somebody who said they saw Tank and Devin in sparring, and it was like, and the guy was saying, I know Tank was getting at it and said, nah, it don't be like that. It's like that body rhythm is just something about what Devin was doing that Tank wasn't just getting off like that. Then I've heard some dudes say they sparred Tank. They said, man, Tank, I seen him quit. So that stuff that they say that they saw, I don't know if that will ever play out in an actual fight because I've seen Tank look real frustrated against certain guys. I've seen him look frustrated against Santa Cruz, but he landed that shot to get him out of there. I've seen him look frustrated against like Barrios to a certain degree, like kind of asking. And
yeah, in the corner, bro. There were like Floyd was telling him, "You're losing this fight, man." He's on
looking. You see what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that.
On the unofficial cards, he was losing that fight, and he was getting really frustrated. Like I saw that. I think Tank's best win so far still is when he was 21 years old, 22 years old against Jose Pedraza.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was his best win, and they acted like that was Floyd. See, Floyd was moving him after that like he was actually Floyd when Floyd was
Money Floyd. He was moving him like Money Floyd. He wasn't moving him like Pretty Boy Floyd. He was moving him like Money Floyd.
Yeah, he's acting like that was it.
I think that was a mistake of him not having the Pretty Boy Floyd phase.
Yeah, he needed that, and I think that he could have really delivered on that.
He could have. I think Tank would have beat most people on the come up. That if they put any of the top guys in front of him, I felt like Tank would have been the favorite in all those fights. Well, most of them.
And I think that Tank, like he could have got at them dudes. Like by now, if he would have faced some of the stiffer level opposition and wiped them dudes out, then he would have the experience now against some of the younger guys who was coming up because he could have caught them when they was too young. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, oh shit, y'all talking shit. Okay, let's go ahead and fight. But I already got the experience. Now it's like it's kind of equal in terms of the experience that each guy has. They fighting just the same level of opposition him or some, to me, like Devin is fighting a little bit better opposition.
Yep.
So
Rolly is at the bottom, dude. Rolly, dude, is like lucky that he's had this exposure.
They marched the hell out of Rolly. Like, I don't know how they pull that fast on the public,
I did wish he fought, Tevin Farmer, a
I
long
don't know
time
who.
ago because they had legit beef. Like I remember them
I
coming
remember
face to
that.
face talking trash. I wish she could have got that fight.
Yeah,
I,
get you one of them tricky guys, and then I think that at the end of the day, eventually he was gonna catch Tevin. Tevin might have been looking good.
Mm.
I think they didn't want.
yeah.
I think what they didn't want is to put him in with somebody that would expose some of his flaws, and not he would look vulnerable to a certain degree
Mm.
Yep.
for a
That,
period.
that I would say if that went, I would have said that would have been his first fight where he would be losing a lot of rounds before he knocks him out.
And he might have been looking kind of bad, like missing, because Tevin Farmer started late, but that
Bro,
joke is natural though. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as
yeah.
movement and things, he just don't have any power.
I know this is a little off topic, but the last time I was frustrated with a boxing match was with Jaron Ennis. That last fight he was in.
Mhm. Yeah, with the
Yeah.
Korean dude,
The
Martin, that dude was
dude,
in survival mode.
but he was literally like throwing winging punches and stuff like that, and just hoping for the knockout, and he didn't make any adjustments. I have
Yeah,
never been so disappointed with a fighter, dude. I was like, dude, I was so high on Jaron Ennis. It died down a little. I'm still high on him, but it definitely went down after watching that fight.
Yeah, he look human. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I
Yeah,
think
he
that
looked human. He
yeah,
didn't look like the killer that I thought he was, man. I'm like, damn, like before that I thought he beats Spence and beats Crawford. Now with that after that I'm like it's close a lot closer than I
a
initially thought.
lot closer. He and then also keep in mind with Boots is so far a lot of guys that he's faced, not all, but most of the guys that he's faced, they were smaller guys.
Smaller guys and come forward, not much defense.
Yeah, so with the Karen guy, he's a legitimate 147 pounder, and he's not coming there to lay down. Like he's gonna be moving. He
And
reminded me. He reminded me. I saw Hector Camacho and Felix Trinidad. I was
I
watching
wish
that.
I had perspective on that, but I wasn't alive to watch those fights.
No, I'm saying that.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm saying that to say,
Uh,
if you ever go back to replay and watch the fight, immediately out the gate, what you're gonna see, I'm saying like as soon as the bell ring, Hector Camacho is moving his ass off.
like
You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't never
Oh,
said.
okay. Okay, because every time I picture Karen or Karina or whatever, I see him going in circles, running in circles, like and then like anytime he would be in the pocket, he would circle right out, like
Uh,
he would get
yeah,
his off and then circle right out.
he just kept moving, and
Yeah,
Boost wasn't ready for that. And then Boost was being overconfident. He looked. I mean, you gotta if you looked at the guy before the fight, everybody was like, "Man, that shit ain't even gonna go past 1 or 2 rounds."
I didn't think it was gonna go 2, 3 rounds, dude. But I was like, when it got to 6, 7, 8, I'm like, man. At least I know. At least Boots has the stamina to keep going 12. At the very least, we found that out.
Well, I don't know. He wasn't getting hit like Lara was getting hit by Wood. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
What if he in there? I'm trying to figure out somebody that. Oh, you know who would be a good fight? Who would
who?
be a good fight is my guy from Cuba.
Don't tell me. Yordenis Ugas?
Yeah, Danis Ugas. I'm telling you, Danis Ugas is a big dude. I don't know how much damage he took after the Spence fight, his orbital bone or whatever, but he's not gonna quit. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna be in there, gonna be throwing those punches, and if he on his game, then that'll be a really good, test.
I really want to rewatch our reactions to the knockout for the fight today.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. Yeah. That was a good.
um, sorry for spoiling it for you guys. Well, before that.
no, you fine, man. I always got a short
No,
stream.
he didn't know. He just
No, I didn't. I didn't spoil the knockout, but I spoiled like, oh, nice straight right hand. Oh, this and that.
Yeah,
I was trying to figure out, like, I just wanted to see it after you said it. It was all.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Ryan Haney said it in the comment section too. So said man down. So
Where you at, G?
Oh, I'm in North Carolina. If you're
You
talking
got
about
that, you got that fast ass connection. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, because I have the official DAZN. I think that's why. Because I actually pay for it.
yeah. No, I had it too. I ended
Oh,
up. Yeah, I ain't gonna say. I don't want to give up too much information. You know what I'm saying?
right.
No, but here's the thing: is that I'm gonna be honest. Like I watch the fights like on the down low a little bit if I'm not watching with nobody. But if I'm watching with my family or if I'm on live, I want to get the best service possible.
Oh yeah. I had to Like the way I watched it, it wasn't showing up. So I ended up ordering. I think it was Ortiz against McKinson. It wasn't showing up, so I said, "Damn, I gotta go ahead and get the Dazn." So I ended up getting an app for that, and
So
then yeah.
well, I was a little biased for. I mean, I was trying to be as objective as possible when I'm like, like calling a fight, but I really wanted Mauricio Lara to win because I mean, because that's where one side of my family's from is from where he's from, Mexico City and stuff.
So
So Mexico.
it's your biased prediction. You
So
know,
I'm also half Argentinian, but like I'm definitely like for when it comes to Matias versus Ponce, I'm gonna go for Matias, even though Ponce is from where my mom's from.
yeah. So you
So,
fellas, you leaning towards Ponce or
yeah. No.
I'm
I
just
guess
saying like
no,
a
no, because
actual.
I'm going for Matias because I like the style of his fighting better. But Ponce is where I, ethnically and like where my family's from and stuff is where Ponce is
I'm
where they're
saying
from.
so regardless of the bias though, who
Uh,
you rooting for? Who,
I would say Matias because I like his style.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said about what he did to Malik Hawkins, man. He was
Bro, that
toning with
was
Malik
hilarious, bro.
Hawkins,
That
man.
was
I was
you gotta watch
there.
that, bro. You got if you haven't seen it, dude, it's free on. They released it free on YouTube. The full fight
Right.
officially by PBC. You gotta watch it, man.
Yeah.
And now I told you, like, when G5 was covering that on the very first episode I did with them, they were talking about that fight, and I said, I didn't know what fight they were talking about when I went back to YouTube. I said, dang, man, I watched the whole card, but just didn't know what they were talking about at the time. Yeah, but Matias a bad dude, man. Like that power is next level, man.
He got hurt really bad against Jukambayev. If you guys saw that fight, he got hurt really bad because he kept putting his hands down. His hands were down. He was doing the same thing he did to Malik Hawkins. He did the same thing to Jukambayev. He had his hands down and it was from the bottom. He was throwing his punches from the bottom, and he got caught multiple times. And I thought he was gonna get stopped, and I forgot what round it was, but he ended up stopping Jukambayev in the
How
end.
y'all like those guys against like a Antoine Russell or Regis? Do you think they?
Anton Russell, he didn't look so good against Bartholomew. He was losing most of those rounds until
He's a tough guy to look good against, though.
yeah, that's true. That is very true. And he actually got hurt a couple times. Antoine did. But Bartholomew is one of those guys that runs around a little bit.
He was kind of like standing a little bit more stationary in that fight, though, too.
Yeah.
Like, he was trying to catch you with some stuff.
Yeah.
Respect.
And what was the other guy's name that you said?
I was talking about Regis. Like,
Oh, Regis Prograis. I love Regis Prograis, dude. He's one of the people. He's one of the other fighters I'm sort of a fan of, and I think if that fight happened between those two, I think Regis would win that fight right now.
Yeah, you know why I like Regis? Because he a throwback, and he doesn't care about all that hoopla and publicity and stuff like that. He legitimately wants to get in there with the toughest guys.
He's like, I don't box guys, I fuck them up. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sunshine McCowan.
Yeah, Sunshine McCowan in the building. Who shout out to her? She said, "Finally here. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate
it."
Yeah. I'm having time out though, fellas. I got a little rendezvous. You know what I'm saying?
All right, no problem, man. Well, it was really good, be on live with you for the first time, man. For real.
Yeah, hey man. Before you leave, man, tell them your podcast name and everything, man. Give them all that stuff.
Yeah, man. Last one's at the bar. We do like the recaps and we do predictions, the whole shebang. So we are on all streaming platforms. Mm-hmm. And again, you just check that out at Last Ones at the Bar. But I'm trying to get that YouTube to get the pop in. That's also Last Ones at the Bar. And Ty, man, again, I want to say appreciate you for hopping on there. And G, you always welcome too, man. We do, or I like to do what is known as a Chop It Up Thursday, where I talk about like the most intriguing, important topics of the week. We had to do Wednesday last week because we were busy, me and Ty, and then the rest of the fellas, they wouldn't have been able to get on. So we did a Wednesday last week, but like I said, you're more than welcome to get on that. But that's Last Ones at the Bar on YouTube.
I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Sunshine, if you ain't anybody that's tuned in, definitely subscribe to Last Ones at the Bar.
Yeah, come through like the fluke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, fellas, I'm out, man. Much love.
All right, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey man. So one thing I wanted to mention, while he was still on here, I wanted to mention
I'm so sorry,
who.
man. I know. Before we go to, I'm sorry. That if I talked over you, man. I'm sorry about
Oh
that.
man, no, you fine, man. You
Okay.
fine. Yeah, you fine. I was wanted to ask y'all because y'all didn't mention the name Carlos Adames. Like who do y'all think
Oh,
should be? Who do you think is nuts for him? And like who do you want to see him fight? Because like
bro, I wish you
his
did
last
say that. I wish you did say that. I'm sorry.
yeah. I wanted like y'all was so in the groove, man. I wanted
Oh,
to
I'm so
hop in,
sorry.
but
No, bro, you
y'all was
talk,
chopping
dude,
it up, man.
bro,
Y'all was
bro,
chopping
bro.
it up.
No, bro, text me and be like, hey, we should mention Adamas, bro, and I'll be like, bro, if you got, bro, if you didn't want to like hop in the middle of it, just like shoot a text or like just be like, hey, can I mention something real quick, bro? I'll totally shut up for you, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you good, man. Yeah, I said like, that's what we're here for, man. We're here to chat boxing, man. Like I said, I like having many people on as possible, listen to everybody's perspective. So, but yeah, like who do you think is next for him? Hey, and matter of fact, what weight is he at?
I
Is
think he's
he
160. He was at 154, but that's when he suffered his first loss. But then he moved up to 160, and he's been looking really good since he's been at 160, bro. And I'd say him and Jamal should fight, man. I think they should give Adamas a chance. But I mean, if Jamal's still on the PBC witness protection program, that fight ain't happening.
yeah, like I said, man, if he has a nice little tune up in June, he gets past him. Do you think he should
Fight
hop into a
Carlos.
big fight
Yeah,
or it
I guess
goes to
Carlos
Damas?
Adamas. I think Carlos Adamas because he's got on the PB. He's got really not nobody else on the PBC side of the street, and so I think Carlos Adamas just because they have that common opponent, like
Mhm.
so I think that would be a good fight, and I honestly wouldn't know who would win that fight, man. I really don't,
Man, like the way we seen Odamas power in his last fight, man, that power was
man.
scary, bro.
Dude, he made his head fly all the way back.
Yeah. Let me get in these comments. So
Uh,
Sunshine says she's already there. I guess she's saying that she's already subscribed to the last ones at the bar.
okay.
Yeah, she said 160 looks great. And she says she would love to see that match. Man. Yeah, so yeah, I think if so Jamal does get past whoever he fights, he has to like since he's been so inactive, he has to get back in there with he has to get in there with a big name. Like let's just say December. He's got to get in there with an injury. He's
I
got to
think a
get in
little.
there with
I think you should. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, yeah, with an Android or a Adamas or somebody. So
So if he doesn't fight at 168, he doesn't have a lot of options on the PVC side of the street. So I think he should get the milkman or whoever he's gonna fight on June, and then, and then fight again in October or November against like Adamas or somebody like that.
yeah,
And then if he gets past that, then he should try at least attempt to cross promotional unify. Maybe fight Yanabek. I would say at the very least fight Yanabek, get that WBO title, or
mhm,
try to fight for the try to
yeah.
unify with Yanabek. I think that would probably be the easiest fight to make. Because Triple G, you don't really know what he's doing. He just vacated the IBF belt, so I would be really pissed if he fights for the vacant IBF belt. I'd be really mad about that.
Yeah, but like you said, man, he's probably gonna fight a milkman, or he gonna fight somebody that's bagging, groceries at the store first in June. And then if he gets past, his little tune up, then hopefully we'll see him in there with a big name. But I hope that he doesn't stay inactive for the after the tune up. I
Yeah,
hope he gets one more fight, man, just
yeah,
one more.
man. At least, dude, he could honestly, bro. Like in terms of what he can actually do physically, if he really wanted to, he could really fight. He could really fight what this June, and then he could probably fight in September, and then fight in December. If he fight just to stay active, if he fights easy fights, at least fight 3 times this year. If you're gonna fight easy fights, fight 3 times. If you're gonna fight an easy fight and then a hard fight, twice is fine. But if you're gonna be on the easy road, just 3 times, and I'll be cool with that. Like I don't have a problem with fighters fighting easy fights as long as they fight 3, 4 times in a year. I have a problem with it if they're only fighting once or twice a year, and then I do
Yeah.
have a problem with it.
Yeah, and it's like all the big names at PBC are the guys that's fighting once a year, every 15 months. But the upcoming guys like on PBC are fighting like 3 times a year, like Joey Spencer's,
Yeah,
those guys.
because they don't demand a big purse. I think that's the main reason.
Yeah, and just like not to get off topic with PBC, but Richard Torres just fought, and now he's got a fight lined up next month.
Yep. Yeah, he's
So
fought like 3 times in like 2 months
yeah,
or
so
something
like
like that.
yeah, so it
That's
seems
what's up, man.
like
Yeah, Top Rank. I mean, he's getting taken care of. He ain't get. I don't.
mm,
He's probably getting. I'm not. I mean, like I don't know. I haven't really done research or anything like that. But if I'm gonna say on top of my head, he's probably gonna be making, since he's like Olympian, he's probably making between like 30K to like 200K a fight, probably somewhere around there, between 30 and 200K. So if he fight, let's just say 80K. Let's just say 80K for example. He fights 4, 5, 6 times a year. He's well taken care of.
yeah, for sure.
And
Like
and
plus
and yeah,
he's on TV, so
he's on TV. He gets more views, more stuff on Instagram, and he has more opportunities to make money outside of boxing.
mhm,
Just for the exposure. That's why I say, like, when fighters, oh, I won't fight for that purse. Oh, it's only I mean, like, like for me, I'd rather fight 4 times in a year and get, like, let's say for example 400K, than once a year and get 1.5 million, like, because you don't get no exposure, you don't get no
right,
you
yeah,
don't get no experience. It's
mhm,
like you lose a lot, and then at least you're getting less per fight, but at least you're getting exposed on the TV.
you're getting exposure, and you're building your brand. Sure. Yeah, so I got City Comics, in the building. Who shout out to City Comics? He said, "Show, what's good, man? Appreciate you having me on." Like everybody that's tuned in, man. We just did live coverage. We covered the fight between Mauricio Lara versus Leigh Wood. The fight ended in a nice, spectacular knockout, and we just turned this live coverage into an episode. Like we just on here chatting about it.
Yeah. It's kind of cutting up a little bit for you. I don't know
Yeah,
if
yeah. I see my Wi-Fi bar is kind of low, so yeah, sometimes it does that. Yeah,
uh
so but like I said, man, I am excited to cover Matias versus Bones. And like I said, unfortunately, the Bronner Williams fight is finished. So yeah, I'm gonna tune anybody that want to come on. And, we're gonna be covering the Matias versus Ponte, we're in that fight next Saturday. That fight will be on Showtime. I'm excited for Matias. He's a power puncher. Got like knockouts in every single one of his fights. So I'm definitely, happy to be in the fight for sure.
I'm super super excited for all that.
Yeah, yeah. We've been doing this joint for like almost two
It's two
hours.
hours
Yeah, so this definitely, it's definitely been on. But like I said, like episode 17, I'm gonna try to do that next week, man. It's been a lot of news, it's been a lot of boxing news, these past, in the past week. So definitely got a lot of boxing to talk up for sure, man.
I agree. So
Yeah.
I think I gotta go
All
now.
right.
So I'm
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Appreciate it, man. This is like
yeah,
a regular now. This is like what, like your fourth time on, man. So
yeah,
we
I
on here
somewhere
having
there.
fun, man.
Yeah, dude, that was really fun.
Yeah.
And also I just wanted to say, man, that was a brutal knockout that we just saw
Yep.
today, bro. That was fun,
Yep.
dude. I'm happy my guy won, dude. Lara's my guy, so I'm happy he won. But I think I'm glad they stopped it, because that gives Wood an opportunity to come back.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. The team looking out for the health, the safety of the fighters. That's what's most important. You live to fight another day. We don't want no fighters, passing away. We don't want no fighters end up in a coma, end up in a hospital. So it's always about the safety of the fighters, man, for sure.
I agree, and I want to say what's up to Mr. Obsidian Comics. I see your comment.
Yeah, yeah. So appreciate everybody that tuned in. Obsidian comments, Sunshine, Ryan Hanley, he was commenting consistently. So we appreciate all you guys rocking with us, tuning in. So like Chris G, man, before you go, man, give him your social media so we can get out of here.
I'm on Instagram. It's Chris_G495.
Yeah. Yeah. So give my guy, if you're on IG, man, Obsidian Comments, man, give my guy Chris G a follow, man. Say this guy's the know-it-all for his PDs, man. He'll tell you everything. It's the guy right here, man. Yeah, but y'all already know where I'm at, man. I'm on TikTok now, The Legend 3347. IG the same name, The Legend 3347. Y'all know I'm on Facebook as Ty Finney, man. And you guys, y'all just witnessed, the 11th live coverage on the Indies Corner podcast. Let me get into this last comment before I shut this down. She said that's the most important overall is the safety of the fighters. It should have been stopped. They made the right, as well as it does give them a chance to come back. Facts,
They
facts,
made
man.
the right call. Yep.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, good comment, Sunshine. We appreciate you. All right, man.
All right.
Yeah, so we gonna end this one out, man. We'll see y'all again soon. You know, maybe next week when I cover the fight live with Matias Aponte on Showtime.
All right. Good night, yo.
All right, peace.